Hey guys, Chad Trades here. In this video, I'm going to be back testing the trend pullback strategy that makes me $40K per month. Okay, so I'm going to show you my exact confirmations, my exact strategy I use. Then we're going to back test it together, not only so you can see how I back test, but also if you don't have a strategy that works for you, you're kind of just, taking random trades in the market. This will give you a good structure to follow to start seeing some consistency in your trading. So you can see what I follow is the trend pullback strategy. Okay, so this is the actual system. This is what it looks like, all the confirmations we have. Now, first, before we go into the back testing, you want to make sure you understand the strategy, right? Because you don't want to be biased with your back testing. You want to know exactly what you're looking for. You'd be like, oh, that probably worked. Oh, that probably worked, right? People kind of just go back a few days on the charts. Right? Again, you want to make sure everything is there and have no biases, because that's a big mistake a lot of people make. They'll have their bias in their back testing. They'll get all excited. They'll only look at the trades that worked. Then they go into the real markets and end up losing some trades, right? So here's an example of a trade I took today. As you can see, I made $376 and 16 of my PA accounts on Apex. Made around $6,000 in total profit. Now, if we go into the charts here, this is the trade I ended up taking today on gold futures, okay? So I mainly trade the S&P 500 and gold, trade a few other things. But I mean, this strategy pretty much works on anything, okay? Because it follows the principle of trading with the trend and getting in on the pullbacks. So if we go to the system here, first thing is trend plus market structure, okay? So I want to establish what the trend is on what I'm trading. So if we go into the 4-hour time frame, as we can see, this is on gold futures, like I said. We started out the pre-market with green Heikin-Ashi candles on the 4-hour time frame, which means we're starting to go into a bullish trend, and I knew this before the market opened. Okay, we can also zoom into the chart. We go to a 5-minute time frame. Make sure the market structure is good. We're putting in higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So that checks out as well. So now that we know the trend is up, right? We only want to trade with the trend. We know we want to go long for the day. The next thing we want to see is we want to see a pullback to a level or an EMA or even a VWAP. So if we go back to the chart, as you can see, we're on a 5-minute time frame. We first pull back to our EMA. We didn't hold this, and then we end up pulling back to our VWAP and our old resistance turning new support here. So that also checked out as well. Now we want to wait for our entry confirmations, okay? That's pretty much everything else on this sheet. So if we go back here, now I like to go into a 2-minute time frame. And this is where I'm going to look for the next thing, which is going to be volume on candle or lows. Okay, so basically I want to see a bunch of volume kick in, and this will act as defense to where my stop loss is. Okay, this is very important. This is the most important confirmation you're going to use. Okay, as you can see, we drop down here, and what do we notice, right? Right when we drop down, we start getting big volume coming in, elevated volume. This is a little bit of reversal candle. Okay, so once I saw this candle close, keep in mind I didn't enter my trade yet. Now I was like, okay, we're at the next step. Now I can put my stop loss below the lows. I have a place to put my stop loss. Next thing on my list is I want to see a signal go off. Okay, so my signal is the MACD. Keep in mind, I do use a zero lag MACD. You can see on the left here, it says zero lag MACD. Works a little bit different than the regular MACD. It just makes it so there's less lag, especially when the market's more volatile like it's been lately. So what we can see is after this volume got kicked in, right, we can see it gives us a green arrow right here. This basically acts as a buy signal, and we got it after this candle closes. Okay, keep in mind this MACD is a custom indicator. You won't see it available on TOS. You have to have a custom code for it. If you guys want free access to this indicator, we have the link for it inside our resources section, inside our Discord community. Our Discord community is completely free to join. So if you want access to that custom indicator, plus access to my trading plan on the S&P 500 and gold every single day, along with an awesome community of all kinds of traders you can chat, network with, ask questions in here. Like I said, all that is for free inside our Discord community. We'd love to have you inside. All you have to do is go to the first link in the description below this video, or just head over to this link right here. Okay, so we got our signal to show up after this candle closed. We also got the volume confirmation on the same exact candle. Now we can go to the next step of our list, and we want to see a candle close within 2 candles. Okay, what I mean by this is I basically want to see a green candle close if I'm focused on longs within the first 2 candles of the volume or the signal going off. Okay, as you can see, it was the very next candle. We got this green candle close, and this is where I actually entered my position. Okay, so once this candle closes, now I can actually enter my position. I can put my stop loss below the lows, and from there, I'm just managing my trade. Okay, so use whatever risk reward you want to use. But basically, I like to watch the volume on the first rise up. Obviously, if it's elevated volume, I'm going to hold the position longer, try to make more money. If the volume's not that good, then I'm probably going to cut it early, which is basically I said right here on the last line here. So what you can see is we had a couple of choppy candles with low volume. We got our first rise up. We had pretty good volume here. Got another rise up, pretty good volume. At the top here, we started flatlining. And since I am trading my Apex accounts, I didn't want to risk any trailing drawdown. So I simply cut my trade here, giving myself around a 1.3 risk reward ratio, which I'm fairly happy with for this trade. Okay, so now that you know exactly how my trend pullback strategy works, you know my exact confirmations, let's go ahead and start backtesting. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over to TradingView. And if you don't know, TradingView has a replay section and you can literally backtest from any day you want. Okay, so keep in mind, I'm on a 2-minute time frame. I'm gonna press replay right here. Then I can select the date right here. So we're just gonna go to a random day. So let's do, I don't know, let's do July 11th on Thursday. Okay, I'm gonna go to when the gold market opens, which is 6:30 my time. So we're gonna put it right at 6:30 and press select. All right, so what we're seeing so far is we basically went up overnight. So we do have an uptrend going on. The past few hours or so have been pretty choppy. So for this backtest, I'm going to be focused on only taking long setups and just knowing that it could be more choppy since that's how the pre-market was looking like, okay? So let's go ahead and skip forward. We're going to go, keep in mind, every candle is 2 minutes long. Looks like I picked the worst day because we had massive news come in. So that was pretty random. So obviously trend is up. We're going to wait for a pullback, okay? So we're just going to skip forward here. So again, going back to our system, we're looking for a pullback to a level/EMA. So we need to see a decent pullback come in here. So let's just skip forward here. Yeah, that wasn't enough of a pullback for me. Let's keep going. All right, here's a pullback we're getting. Now we want to pay attention to the volume, just seeing how the volume looks like. That is the next step on our system, right? Volume on candle or lows. So let's go ahead and look at that. We're going to skip forward to the next candle. All right, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. Okay, as you can see, this is starting to look good. High volume came in, high volume stayed, right? And now we're holding this pullback area. Okay, you can also notice we just got our first green signal. All right, so I'm going to skip forward right here. Okay, so that candle closed. I'm going to go ahead and get into my position. So I would normally use 16 contracts or 10. So let's just do it to 16. That's what I'm trading with right now. So I'm going to go ahead and buy right here. We're going to have our stop below the lows at 401. So let's go and see how this thing plays out, and also keep in mind to manage our trade with the volume. Okay, so let's go and look at what happens next. All right, this doesn't really tell us much. We're going to keep going here. Okay, so on this rise up, we're getting a little bit of an increase of volume, not too much. Currently up around 3 points on gold, which isn't bad. So let's see what this next candle looks like. I want to see a push into this area where we had this consolidation. So let's see if we can get that push here. Okay, so we got it here, and it looks like we're at a nice risk-reward ratio. So this is where I'd either trim the position or just take it off. As you can see, the volume is elevated here. So what we can do is I'm going to go ahead and sell, let's sell 10 contracts. All right, so I'm going to trim a bunch, and let's go and keep going and see if we can break the highs here. Okay, this volume didn't tell us much, and there we go. Okay, we can close this position out, and we just made 9,000 on that back test, right? We had a nice risk reward. We followed our system to this T. I did not know what the price was going to do this day. I didn't cherry pick this day, right? I literally picked a random day following our system. All right, so let's go and go to another random day and see how this works again. So I'm going to go and select date, and we're going to go, let's go a little bit farther back. Let's go to like, I don't know, June. Let's do June 26, okay? We're going to do June 26 at 6:30 a.m. Again, I have no idea what happened this day. We're going to press select. Okay, so taking a look here, market's about to open on gold on June 26. If we look at the pre-market and our current trend, it is down. It is a bit choppy once again, but the overall trend is still down, so I'd be more likely to focus on shorts. So let's go and see if we get any opportunities here. So I'm just going to go and skip forward and see if we see anything we like. Okay. All right. I'm just going to keep skipping forward. I want to see some kind of market structure build. All right. So we're getting the sell off now. I basically just want to see a pull up back up that we can take short back to new lows. That's the whole idea of the trend pullback strategy. So we're going to keep going here, and we're getting just a massive sell-off. Straight down, broke the lows. We're going to keep skipping forward. Haven't seen any pullbacks yet that we can take, so let's keep going. All right, we're starting to get that pullback. Now, we want to make sure that we're not any key support level. I'm not really seeing anything. It doesn't let us go too far back on TradingView. So hopefully we're not in like a key demand zone where this trend can completely reverse. But we're going to see. Okay, so it looks like that was a very short-lived pullback. By the time we get our signal, the trade was already done. So I want to see a little bit more of a pullback and kind of trade sideways for a minute. So let's keep going here. Okay, so we got our pullback here close to our EMA. We also had good volume come in. And now we're starting to get our signal, okay? So basically, we just have to wait for this candle to close. So I'm going to skip forward one more candle. And now let's go ahead and enter short. I'm going to go back to 16 contracts, and let's go ahead and play the short. Like I said, we're going to have our stop loss just above the highs here. So let's go ahead and skip forward. Okay. All right, we almost got stopped out there. You can't really see it too well, but it basically just came straight to it. Pretty much now we're at break even. So let's go and see if we get the sell off. All right. So again, pay attention to the volume here. We want to see increasing volume. We're going to let it ride one more candle. All right, so we just had a bigger sell-off on that last one. We have decent volume. The thing I don't like about this is the wick at the bottom. So honestly, I'd kind of want to take this off, even though we're only up like 2 points or so on gold. But I just don't feel comfortable because, you know, look at the volume on these lows that got bought up compared to the volume now. You know, it just looks like buyers are kind of stronger in this level. Maybe it's kind of tired of the sell-off. So what I would probably do here is, you know, either put my stop loss at break even, or we could trim most of the position. So let's just trim, I don't know, we can trim, let's trim 12 contracts. So we're going to buy it back. Okay. And we're going to see what the rest does. Okay. And now we're back, we're out of break even. Okay. So in that trade, we made $2,000. So you can see it wasn't as clean as that last trade, but that's how trading works. Your trades aren't always going to be perfect. You want to manage the trade by looking at the volume and get into the trade by making sure all your confirmations are there. You're trading with the trend, right? And just for fun, let's go and see what ends up happening next. And look at that. We almost would have got stepped out. Still would be at break even here. I'm curious to see what even happens. All right, and there we go. I got really close. Did we get... No, we wouldn't have got stopped out. There it goes. There's where we would have got stopped out. Yeah, so again, I'd rather make 2,000 than to get stopped out. Okay, even if you have to cut the trade early, even though it's not a big trade, right? It's okay to play a little defensively if the trade's not going exactly how you want, and hop out of the trade. So I'm telling you guys, this is the best way to start getting lots of screen time and practice in the market. You feel a little emotional with when you're backtesting, just because, you know, it is paper money, it's fake, but it kind of feels real because there is a P&L, right? So I'd really encourage you guys to use that feature on Thinkorswim or TradingView and start actually backtesting. When I say backtesting, actually trade. But make sure you have a system to follow first, right? Don't just randomly trade based on what you think is going to happen. Put a system together, whether you want to use my strategy or a tweak of your own strategy, whatever it is, and then start backtesting it in real time. Pick random days in the market that you don't know what happened and start trading that and see how your results are. And I guarantee you guys, this is going to help you be so much more consistent and comfortable inside of your trading. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on backtesting the trend pullback strategy that makes me $40K per month. Like I said before, if you guys want to join our free Discord community to get access to that zero lag MACD indicator, plus also get my exact levels every single day for gold, NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. Like I said, this Discord community is completely free and open to viewers of this YouTube channel. We'd love to have you inside. If you guys do want to join us in here, all you have to do is go to the first link in the description below, or just head over to this link right here. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video with another day trading lesson.